Hey everyone, this is Pete. And after a long day, I like to kick back with a silly game. Now, this isn't necessarily to say that the game itself is stupid, but the concept of it is often very silly and something that is not intended to be taken seriously. Let's put it that way. And as such, one of my favourite games in this sort of subgenre, I guess you'd call it, is Waifu Discovered 2 Medieval Fantasy, which is a game that I would forgive you for assuming is shovelware from its title alone. After all, there are a lot of pieces of crap on the Steam store and the Nintendo eShop with the words waifu or hentai in front of them. But this is actually a very solid game. It's the follow-up to a game called Waifu Uncovered, which was an equally solid shoot-'em-up. And this version sort of expands on the original formula of that game. It adds a bit more of a meta game. It adds some secrets, a very rough narrative, and it's just a cool game that I like a lot. It's also noteworthy for being one of a few games released by Funbox Media in the UK in physical form with a 18 rating. And this is noteworthy because releasing something with an 18 rating under PEGI allows you to get away with putting in nudity that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get away with. And so that means that the physical releases of these games often contain content that isn't in the digital versions, although I think the digital versions have since been patched so that you can unlock the content from the physical versions. But the physical releases by default are uncensored, whereas the digital versions you have to go through the rigmarole of putting in a code and so on. And yeah, obviously I won't be able to show you the full details of that today, but you do get some nice art cards with this collection here. On the back of all these art cards are naked versions, or at least ones with their boobs out anyway. But yeah, there's a nice preview of all the characters in the game there. And yeah, I like I say, I like this game a lot. It's a game that I expect a lot of people have passed up on for reasons that I've already mentioned. But I'd encourage you to give it a go. If you like shoot-'em-ups, especially sort of interesting ones that sort of don't conform to the standard scrolling formula, then this is definitely well worth a look. It's based on an indie game that I think is called Vortex. I will look it up live for you right now, if you bear with me one moment. Vortex Attack. Yeah, so it's heavily based on a shoot-'em-up that's available on Steam called Vortex Attack, which had a very abstract kind of aesthetic to it. But the developers of Waifu Uncovered and Waifu Discovered 2 actually reached out to the developers of Vortex Attack and said, do you mind if we borrow your game mechanics for our game? And evidently there was no problem there, because they've made 2 games based on this, the sort of principles of this now, and they're both very good. So we're going to go and play one of them now, with the disclaimer that because this is YouTube, I won't be able to put the fully uncensored mode on. So let's go play Waifu Discovered 2 Medieval Fantasy. Okay, here we are with Waifu Discovered 2 Medieval Fantasy, a game that I've not played for a little while, but I've always enjoyed. We're actually playing from that physical version I showed you in the intro here, which I haven't booted up before. The previous times I've played this have been on the digital version that was originally released. So I think the save games are separate because of the slightly different content between the 2 versions. So we're probably going to have to go from the very beginning. Not that matters too much, because this is an arcade style game anyway. But yeah, I'll show you how this works. Let's just check the options first. So audio levels, yeah, that's just sound. Graphic options, scan lines, no. You can set your language, and you can also set a flag to appear on the leaderboards as well, which is nice. Right, so we're starting your game in beginner mode. Arcade mode is the same, just a bit harder. So we'll play in the beginner mode for now, because I need to refresh my memory of how to play this. So, first thing you do is you pick a character to use, although I've only got one available at the beginning. So K. Vio Jr., ideal ship for novice players. So you can see he's got decent movement speed, low bullet power, high potential for multi-shot, decent rapid fire, no drones, some bombs, bit of health. All right, and you can play this two-player co-op as well if you want to. Select the next scene. Welcome, K-Vio Jr. My name is Bruja. You have been summoned to this world to help us in fighting the evil monsters of Pinaria. Our land is being invaded. Evil, silly creatures are infecting clothes from some of the prettiest girls, absorbing their vital energy. It will make their bodies get very old real fast. Your mission is to assist the girls and fight the creatures. Notice you have been shrunk by magic. Don't worry, it's temporary but necessary to help us. You shall begin with either of these two. Go ahead, destroy their cursed clothes and the evil creature that's behind all of this. Alright, so we can play either Estelle, 19, who is a human rogue thief. Lived in the streets of Vladar. She survived all her life stealing silver and gold from the highest aristocracy. We can go for Signy, who is 26, human, and a warrior swordwoman. She's a really good swordwoman. She's under attack, but her sword is not helping her. You need to fight along with her. Let's go for Estelle first. Please select your level of magic view. Clairvoyant spell power is censored. Sensor objects will appear on top of her private areas. Clairvoyant's power is fully censored. Type 2. Image will be decolored and pixelated sensor objects will appear on top. No delicate body parts will be shown clearly, so most definitely you can play with sensitive people around or streaming the game online. So yeah, there's various options you can choose for this. There is an uncensored mode and a fully uncensored mode in this physical release. We'll just go with censored for now, which hopefully we'll get away with on YouTube. But we'll see. Collect the falling runes to destroy the cursed clothes and save the girl. Alright, so your job in this game is to shoot stuff and collect the stuff it drops. And that will gradually build up that heart meter at the top of the screen and destroy bits of her clothes. And your aim is to sort of do this as quickly as possible while taking minimal damage and scoring as many points as you can along the way. So you see up at the top of the screen there's that heart meter which indicates your progress through the stage. The numerical meter shows how many crystals you need to get to progress to the next part of the stage. And you'll see that some crystals are worth more than others. And the sort of mood meter underneath that is your time limit, basically. So the higher that is at the end of the stage, the better you do it, basically. And you'll see there are some shots from enemies that you can actually destroy with your own bullets, and others that you have to avoid. So like these big sort of pill-shaped objects you can shoot. But other types of bullets you'll just need to avoid. Right, there's some money. There's the sensor object at work. Got to be careful with that money, because the more you shoot it, the less it's worth. Well done! And now it's boss time. And all the bosses are faintly obscene in some way. But they're all actually quite well designed in that they've got distinct patterns that you can follow that I'm failing to do right now. And a key part of the game as a whole is learning these boss attack patterns, because if I remember correctly, it's randomized which one shows up on which level. At least it might be on arcade mode. So certainly, to get through the whole game, you'll need to know how to deal with all of the different bosses. There we go. All done. And that's unlocked a new ship for our next playthrough.
Well done.
4 stars! New clothes combination unlocked for Estelle. Nice. So that's how this works, basically. It's pretty simple, but it's fun.
Did great. Thanks.
I was about to handle this, but thanks. It was cool to see you acting so fast. I'm very grateful to you. If you want anything from me, please let me know. I'm all yours. Oh, thank you, K-Vio Jr. Is this machine an airboat? Can we ride together in there? Can I sit on top? They're all a little bit dirty, you see. They're all a little bit dirty. Right, so next up is Lachey, who is 24, a human and an enchantress. Or Camilla, who is a 44-year-old human witch with black magic. Let's go for Lachey. She's the cover star after all. Right, in between stages, we have the opportunity to... Hello, my friend. Welcome to my shop. You can buy or enhance different parts of your current ship. Note that some ships will need to level up before upgrading some parts any further. Green gems represent your current status. Dark green means that if you have money, you can upgrade your ship a bit more. Red gems means you can't upgrade any more with your current ship level. Each ship can level up differently and has different features, like available shields, drones, bullet power, bullet speed, etc. Remember to talk to me sometimes. I could share juicy information. Also, if you ever need money, I can buy back your items. Please go ahead, look around, buy stuff now. Alright, this is one of my favourite things about this game is this sort of upgrade facility here. So, you can upgrade your ship in all sorts of ways. So, how much money have I got? I've got 6,223. So I'll increase the multi-shot first of all. Twice, maybe. And bullet power to increase overall damage. And then I think... I don't think we can afford anything else. Okay, that's good. Now, what you can do in this is if you tap the Y button on your controller, you'll see that the lantern in the background swings back and forth a bit like that and eventually goes out. And if you then start it swinging again, it'll fall off and you can nick something.
The lamp alone.
Except I didn't choose quickly enough there. But yeah, you can actually nick stuff from the shop if you do that. If you do it too many times though, she gets mad and you have to fight her as a boss. And you can also unlock some secret stages doing that as well. Right, exit shop.
Round 2.
Right, so you see we got a wider spread of shots this time. And they're more powerful now as well. So the initial part of each stage is an opportunity to earn some bonuses. It's a bit like a sort of Gallagher challenging stage almost. So you see if you destroy a complete formation, it will drop some money like that. And then eventually it will give you a point bonus as well. You can also unlock some things that way as well. And then it's back to business as usual.
Well done.
So yeah, it's pretty easy and straightforward right now, but you'll see the difficulty does ramp up, whoops, surprisingly quickly. And you'll find that there's certain upgrades are more or less useful for dealing with certain waves of enemies that you'll learn as you get to know the game a bit better. So some stages really benefit from having rapid fire or wide shots. As others, it's a bit better to have more powerful shots. Oops. The ding dong sound means your time is going down, I think, if I remember correctly. I wasn't paying attention to the top of the screen at the time. Oh, missed. That was a power-up of some description. There's another one. So that's nice. So sometimes you get freebies that you don't have to buy between the stages, so that will save you a bit of money. In fact, I'm getting a lot of them dropping right now. And if you pick up a power-up for something you've already maxed out, you see you get a big point bonus for it instead. So they're still worth grabbing. But remember your priorities. Well, I guess it depends really. Whether you're going for high scores or if you just want to clear the game. Or if you want to unlock stuff. Warning! Alright, last stage. Money, 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 yes please. I really like the music in this as well. It's really nicely chosen. I'm not sure if it's specifically composed for this game or if it's just taken. Who dares to interrupt a figuring? I'm not sure if it was specifically composed for this or if it's drawn from royalty-free sources, but it's certainly good. Either way. So you'll see there, buried in her crotch is what we'll unlock if we win here. Oops. Oh, I can't remember any of the boss buttons in this. You can destroy his hands in this, but you don't need to. Anything you actually need to do is shoot him in the face. There we go. All done. Fingering interrupted. And another new ship for us.
Well done.
3-star. Onward!
Thanks for helping.
Thanks, my charming magic was not enough to fight these creatures. Alright, let's go for Maylin next.
Hello again.
Hello, my friend. Welcome to my shop. Alright, it's time to upgrade again. Right, we're full up on bullet power and multi-shot and rapid fire. This ship doesn't take any drones. So let's level up the ship since we've got enough money to do that. Then we should be able to upgrade rapid fire, multi-shot and bullet power some more. So let's get... Can't afford that one. Let's get bullet power. And I think that's all I can afford. Apart from a shield. I'll get a shield. Onwards! Right, again. The sort of bonus stage to begin with. If you don't shoot all of the things in the bonus stage, you don't get that score bonus at the end. And if there is an unlock tied to it, you don't get the unlock either. Yes, the fact that the pattern on the chest of those dragons looks like a dick is entirely deliberate. This game knows exactly what it's doing, believe me. It's by a developer called One Hand Free Studios, whose logo is someone wanking off a joystick. So I think you know exactly what's going on here. But like I said, the really pleasant surprise for me when I first tried the first Waifu Uncovered is that it's a really solid game. It's not just lewd images for the sake of lewd images. It's actually really enjoyable gameplay in there. And it's also distinctive. Yes, I know it's copying that other indie game, deliberately so, and being perfectly open about that. But it's not trying to ape like a big name or something like that. The game it's drawn inspiration from is a small scale game itself, so you may not have come across these mechanics before. If you're wondering, no, this is nothing to do with Deep Space Waifu either, because Deep Space Waifu takes inspiration from, what's it called? It's an old Japanese game called Sentimental Shooting, is what Deep Space Waifu is based on. Whereas, like I say, this is based on Vortex Attack. So that makes the two games quite different, and both equally worth playing, I might add, as well, because Deep Space Waifu is very good as well. Warning! Bullets everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So your ultimate aim in this, besides getting high scores, is to unlock the outfit combinations for the various characters, all the items in the gallery, find those secret stages that I mentioned that involve the shopkeeper. So there's a stage where you fight her as a boss. Archie Flipper, I'm the inverted target. How about you? Oh, how does this one work? I forget. You just have to... Ouch. That's right. So you have to bait it into a position where you can actually hit him. So while he's moving around, bait him somewhere you can get him. And then when he does the sort of steamy effect, that's when he's going to shoot out some of the other targets. You come over here. You're just going to fire arrows. Okay, I'm fine with that. Come on, over here. There we go. Right, then he shoots out the little clones. Oh, you need to continue to bait him while that's going on, I guess. Just so you can actually hit him while the arrow flurries are happening. Come on, up here. That's the stuff. Alright, and then... Come on, over here. More of them. Up here. Very good. You can just take down those little mini targets. Or ignore them completely if they're not really in your way. There we go. Clearview level 2. So we've unlocked one of the other uncensor modes now.
Well done.
Which still has stuff in front of our bits, but not slightly less stuff in front of our bits.
You did great. Thank you.
Thank you. We are indebted to you. My clan is grateful. They want you to go to the village for shelter and comfort. After dinner, I can show you our customs and we can watch the stars together from the top of that tree. If you want, I can give you some very comforting warm magic with my body. Hell yeah! Anyway, Ariella, who is 474 years old, she is a vampiress and a wizard. Lady Ariella, surviving since the Dark Ages. She can appear very different while blending with society. Her castle has been attacked. We need to help her. As you can see, the story doesn't really matter, but it is nice that there's a little bit of context for each of these characters.
Welcome back.
Well done. You can do great when you want. Thank you. So if you do well in the stage, you'll get discounts in the shop, which is cool. Right, let's have some more multi-shot and some bullet power and a bit of rapid fire. And can we afford anything else? Not quite. Still can't have any drones. That's a shame. Magic coins are like continues. You can buy those if you want, but I don't need continues where I'm going. Let's buff up our speed a little bit. And onwards. Excuse me. Right, bonus stage time again. Obviously much easier with powered up rapid fire spread shots. You gotta be a bit careful though, because you can still get damaged. Oh no, I missed one. Bollocks. That's what I get for saying it was easy. No big bonus for me. The vampire lady here has the best music by far. Well done! The little Mars attacks demons there. There's so many stupid little references in this game, it's adorable. It's so good-natured about everything. Like the whole vibe of it is just, yes, this is a silly game. We know this is a silly game. Aren't dicks funny? Which to me is what this sort of game really thrives on, is acknowledging that it's silly. There's a thing with a lot of 18 plus games that are showing up on Steam these days is that they're trying to take themselves much too seriously, and they just come across as if they're really shoehorning the sexual content in. And in some cases, sort of being fairly facepalm worthy parodies as well. Bang, Pierre! I have some unbloody stuff for you. Tomatoes! Oh, I remember this guy. He's irritating. And actually genuinely quite difficult, as I recall. Ouch. You need to... Tomatoes don't actually hurt you, but they do block parts of the screen, as you can see. You need to deal some damage while you can, while avoiding taking damage from his shot patterns. And again, you can sort of bait him around the screen to a certain extent. Others you just need to avoid him and do what you can. Watch out for those bats, watch out for the bullets, and just keep shooting. So these bullets you can't destroy, but they do block your shots, which is obviously a little bit tricky. You do have bombs in this as well. I haven't used any yet, except accidentally right at the beginning because I forgot which button the fire button was. But they can be quite useful to clear the screen sometimes. I'm not sure I have any right now. Ouch. Getting a bit low on life for my liking. There we go. Done it. Four stars. Onwards.
Thanks for your help.
Thanks for your help. In recent years, I haven't really been in touch with people. This attack has reminded me that there are still blood-pumping creatures trying to help me. You are great. My magic clothes are over 1,000 years old. They belong to my family, or were they stolen? It doesn't matter. They are safe now. If you want my gratitude, I won't suck all your life fluids. But instead of biting your neck, I can just lick a few drops, if you want, of course. Right, next up is Camilla. So you see, you eventually go around all of the characters, even if you don't pick them when they first come up. Very well done. You did really, really well. We're indebted to you. It will be a pleasure to help you this time with nice discounts. Enjoy. Right. More bullet power. More multi-shot. More rapid fire. And more rapid fire, leaving me with 3 yen. Fine by me. Alright, bring it on. Look at those rapid shots. Right, let's not mess the bonus round up this time. That's more like it. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back into playing this. I'm having a lovely time here. I say it's just fun. It's silly. It's not especially deep. Although there are some depth to it as you learn the attack patterns and figure out the nuances of the various ships and the upgrade paths and such like. Next. As I say, this is the kind of game that I'm happy to support because the console ports are solid. I like what Funbox Media are doing with these uncensored physical releases. I like that Nintendo are allowing those to happen. I know that some publishers of lewd games have had a few issues with Nintendo of late, but to be honest, those publishers are the ones who are sort of putting out the really low effort hentai sliding block puzzles and that sort of thing. As this, you can see there's some thought and some design that's gone into it. You see, it's just adorable. How can you not find this utterly charming? Kinky, I'm the best headbanger. This guy's a bit of a pain, I think. Oh, that's right, yes. He repeatedly bangs his head on the screen and breaks it, which makes it very difficult to see what's going on after a while, because those breakages don't fade for quite a long time. In the meantime, you have to deal with his monkey heads, whatever they are. Thankfully, with our shot power the way it is right now, it's not too much of a problem. I think we're okay. Yeah, take it. Another ship unlocked. So you see, by the time you've finished your first run through beginner mode, you've unlocked a lot of additional characters to play the game with, which and the different ships have a very different feel to them. Next.
You're great, thank you.
Those bloody creatures didn't have a plant with our power combined. Thank you. It's the first time someone helps me for no reason. I'm very grateful. I can prepare some potions for you. Or is there anything else you want from me? Sexual intercourse. Right. 2 more to go. Signy and Wakely. Let's go for Signy first. It's definitely not Saber from Fate. Definitely not. I love all her entry animations. They're great. Well done again. Thank you. Next item is on me, I invite. Choose wisely. It will be a pleasure to help you this time with nice discounts. So we get one thing for free. So let's choose something expensive. Multi-shots. There we go. I don't think there's much else we can buy, actually. Because we can't buy drones for this ship. Can't upgrade the ship anymore. May as well get a shield. May as well top up on bombs. And cap out on speed. And we're pretty much maxed out. Let's do this! Oh, too many enemies. It's okay. It's under control. Under control. There we go. Points. Yeah, ripping through everything with these upgrades. How's attack sailing? Still pretty tough. Help! So you'll hopefully see from this as well that this is not a game that really wants to sort of punish you with a super difficult game. Rather, it wants to challenge you to do better at something that. So it's quite easy to get through this game, at least on the beginner level. But finishing with a good score is where the challenge is at, particularly once you get into playing the arcade mode, which is more difficult and is harder to actually make it through. But still not impossible. Not as hard as some actual arcade games. Whoops! Flew right into that. Many troll face asteroids. It's going great! Also, on Switch, yes, you can play this with the touchscreen. And yes, there is a mode called one-handed mode. Cutty parry. You what? I'm cutting edge. Oh, how does this one work? Ouch, not like that. Oh. Look at the damage I'm doing though. Oh wait. That's right, you stay up there, or I can shoot you. Lovely, that was easy. Shiny boobs!
Well done.
4 stars. And on to the last stage.
You are great. Thank you.
Thanks for battling against the enemies. I would be looking horrendous otherwise. For the glory of the mightiest of the shields, you did very well. How can I compensate you? Will you help me remove my armor and heal my wounds? I'm swelling. I need ointment all over my body. Of course you do. And finally, Wakely, the 524-year-old dwarf.
Welcome back.
It will be a pleasure to help you this time with nice discounts. There's nothing left to buy, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that shield again. Here's a gossip. Okay, information. Hold on. Ah, yes. Information. There were we. Your next mission is about helping Wakely. Enemies will drop runestones like this. Collect them to destroy the infested clothes. Be careful, you will be fighting Rock and Roller. Rock and Roller is hard, but not too difficult. Try to avoid it when it rolls. And try to focus on the falling rocks. They blink before falling. There's some extra time for you to hit it after it bounces. You can keep magic coins in between sessions. I don't need magic coins, lady. I am amazing at Waifu Discovered 2. Medieval fantasy. I'm not. I may be making this beginner mode look relatively straightforward, but the arcade mode is genuinely quite challenging. But like I say, it never feels demoralisingly so. Which is nice.
So nice.
Awesome! So the intensity is ramping up a bit now. In terms of how much stuff is on screen, how many bullets are being fired. Again, you can always use those bombs if you need to. I did buy them, didn't I? I might as well use them. There we go.
Fantastic. Yeah. Nice.
You see, we're taking a little bit longer on this one, so her mood meter is declining a bit more. So that might potentially mean we don't get a 4-star rating this time. But we'll see.
Keep going.
You see, it does restore a bit in between each of the individual stages. So if you mess up a bit early on, you can recover.
Fantastic.
There we go. We're regaining a bit of lost time now, I think. One thing you'll learn as you play as well is that some enemies are worth destroying to get out of the way, but they don't necessarily drop the runestones. And so that's worth being aware of. The more powerful enemies tend to drop power-ups and money instead of the runestones.
Fantastic.
So you need to sort of weigh up whether you want to... Sorry, concentrate. You need to sort of weigh up if you want to clear the stage quickly. Or if you want to get some power-ups and money. Okay, this guy's fairly straightforward. He's just got a lot of hit points, so it's a good job we're fully upgraded. Whoops. Nearly done. A couple more cycles should do it. Bless him. And another ship unlock. Lovely stuff.
Well done.
Yeah, only 3 stars for that one because we were a little bit slow.
Thanks for your help.
Oi, thanks for helping us. bonus score. Oh, you get bonus points for your money remaining at the end as well. So save up your money. Don't spaff it if you don't need to. Congratulations, you have saved most waifus. Play arcade mode to unlock all waifus. And there we go. So that is Waifu Discovered 2, Medieval Fantasy, or at least it's beginner mode anyway. I'll leave the arcade mode for you to discover. There are some extra characters to enjoy in that mode there as well. And the secrets I mentioned before. You notice my name's in the credits as well. I didn't know they'd done that. But they were kind enough to put my name in the credits just for the fact that I'd given them some early coverage of their first game and of this one as well. So I was quite touched by that. Like I say, I didn't receive any sort of compensation for what I've done or anything like that. I didn't ask for them to put my name in the credits or anything. It's just there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, recommended, as long as you're up for a little bit of naughty fun. We'll leave that there for today though. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.